and it's no one's job to help anyone, then when you were too little to walk to the bathroom, wipe your own ass, and feed yourself, it wasn't your mother's job to help you. If it's no one's job to help anyone else, then how did you get to the point that you think you're at? If you feel like all I'm supposed to do is just me. No, you are supposed to do you. You are. But that's not all you're supposed to do. However, if you have searched inside yourself and you've determined that that is all you are supposed to do is yourself, then you're exactly right. Because you have the power to search your soul and find out what your mission on this planet is. And if you've determined that this incarnation, all you're supposed to do here is ascend up out of here and never come back, that's fine, and that is your prerogative. But it is not your prerogative to start attacking other people that are trying to help the next somebody. Because if you feel like no one's job and no one's responsibility is to help anyone else, then I guess the people that you look up to, such as the so-called great Egyptians that left a lot of hieroglyphic information behind for followers, or the people that left information on the caves or in the pyramids for followers, or the people that left all these clues, and the people that wrote the books that you read to help you get to the point that you're at, or your mom that showed you how to walk, or if you were with your mom, or showed you how to go to the bathroom, or showed you how to feed yourself. If anybody helped you along your way to this level of I'm just here to ascend and I don't have to help anybody because, it's not my job. If everybody had the attitude that you have with that is not your job, where would you be? Because if you feel like I only came down here to ascend, your mother could have just crouched behind a dumpster and left you on the ground and said, hey, it's not my job to help him. It's not my job to do anything for him. I birthed him. He's here. He's on his own. Now, if you're lucky, someone will come along that has love for children. I mean, genuine so-called love for children. And they may feed you and help you learn how to feed and support yourself. If you're not lucky, you may come along, you may be found by someone that says, I love children, but I lust after children. Ooh, ass, free ass. Here's a baby. It's mine. I can screw it and do it and whatever I want to do with it. Or you may be unlucky enough that a rat comes along and eats you, a dog comes along and eats you. What happens to you then? So I'm saying for people that feel they have evolved so high above everyone else that they can laugh and mock those that, screw the people that are in trouble. And if they're hungry, that's their problem, that's their problem, that's their problem. Who helped you? Who showed you light? If you're not going to write a book, fine. But don't tell somebody else not to write one, and don't tell someone else not to read one, because the information for the lights out of here and the golden thread to get out of this labyrinth come from all over the place. You get your pieces everywhere you can find them. You have speakers that showed you the way. You have something you read from someone that showed you the way. You meditated. You must have learned from somewhere, somebody, how to meditate. It's not like you dropped out of the womb knowing how to do it. So at some point, these individuals that call themselves conscious and metaphysical and awake, and I'm here just to ascend and everybody else is on their own, that's great if that's your mission. But every individual here is on a different mission. So it is not acceptable for you to come to that realization for yourself and then pass that as everyone else's mission in life, because different people are here for different reasons. There are people that came back to this planet to retrieve others. It's like, well, damn, it's been how many million years and so-and-so ain't come up out of there yet? Let me go back and see if I can find them. And once they get down there, they have to hope they don't get lost on the way trying to find this fool. You understand?
Wow.
I'm not sure if that even answered the question. But there are people that evolve to a certain level of clarity, understanding, consciousness, awareness, and awakeness. And because you're a certain amount of cognizant, you have the nerve to look down your nose at someone that hasn't reached the level that you're at. Because you're in the 12th grade, you're laughing at the kindergartners. Well, you are just like the very people that are oppressing everyone else on the planet and screw you in what you're going to. That's my position.
Wow.
You're cool with that. I'm cool with you feeling that way, but I'm not cool with you looking down your nose at everybody that's not where you are. And not that it matters what you think or what I think. Nobody cares what I think, but that's my position.
Someone asked a question in the chat room. They asked, those who are awake, So regarding group spiritual action, prayer, beaming, etc., is that a good thing, or would you advise them to do that?
I'm not even sure if I understood that as a question. Groups
Well,
that are awake and what, huh?
those who are awake.
I wasn't opening for questions. I was asking you if you had one, but, come on with it. We're not taking one after this.
This is question. I mean, this also can help a lot of people that actually want to come together and actually want to have like a spiritual awakening and trying to, save the planet. They asking about group prayer or meditation.
Okay. You can't really save the planet, and this is what I'm thinking that people are talking about, which goes back to your original question. People are misunderstanding what is being said. Once you save you as the being, okay, and you start radiating a brilliant light that vibrates at a frequency that resonates so far out, then your light will touch the next and touch the next. And if each individual starts to wake themselves up and look inside themselves, because you are not here in the world to compete with anyone, okay? You are here to best yourself. It is all about doing your personal best. Okay, wow, I ran the laps in so many minutes. Let me try again and see if I can beat my time. It's all about trying to do better at yourself. It's not about hurting the next person or holding the next person down or necessarily raising the next person up, because raising yourself up has a tendency to raise people up that are around you just by contact, just by being in your space. So if enough of us as individuals can evolve high enough, that will radiate around the planet, and it will help everybody else start to raise up by example and by touch. But praying, the word pray means to beg. It is not to pray. Now, you can get a certain number of people, if they're on a same type of page, and do circles in circles, but a lot of people are not on the same page. If you have people inside the circle that are on some whole other shit, they can screw up the whole revolution of the circuitry in the circle. So if you're all there on a spiritual page and you're trying to evolve spiritually and you're in a circle and you want to raise light, all you need is one cretin in there to invoke what they think is a god and bring down a demon in the middle of this circle of light and just kind of disrupt the whole flow of light. So people have to be on the same page, and a lot of people are not on the same page. They think they are, but if you know that, certain words mean certain things, and you got 10 people, let's say you have 100 people, and they're doing a circle of 10, and around that they have a circle of 20, you see what I'm saying, which is 30 people, and around that they have a circle of 50. You know what I mean? If you do this, and then around that they stand up a circle of the remaining people that hold hands, or whatever the case may be. If you do this circle of light, and 90 of the 100 people know that certain words mean certain things, and somebody's there that you think is on the same page, and they act like they're on the same page, or they appear to be on the same page, and they invoke or call in something that ain't supposed to be in this circle, they screw up the whole damn circle. So I don't know if people should, quote-unquote, pray in groups. The fact that you're listening to my show and you're talking to me and asking me questions about praying in groups tells me you're not even where I'm trying to get everybody. Because one of the things that I do in my presentations is bring out, or maybe you guys haven't seen the real Piercing the Fog. That may be the problem. I bring out that the word pray means to beg. Beg who? Who are you begging?
Wow.
Search inside yourself to find your way. Yes.
They have this thing in New York, 50,000, they call in 50,000 people to all pray together. I've seen it on the train. Yes, 50,000. They're trying to get 50,000 people to all pray in a group.
Okay, well, I don't know what that means, because you have some people, their idea of what people call praying is to meditate. Mm-hmm. And other people, their idea of praying is to get on their hands and knees and close their hands and palms together, which is not a receiving of light. If you put your hands together, you've closed your hands. How are you going to receive anything if you're praying and begging, your hands are closed? They're supposed to be open to even receive anything coming in. So you got some that are going to be calling on demons that they think are gods, And then you have some of them that are going to be, you got some people, if they're going to pray, they're going to be praying to Jesus. You got other people, if they're going to pray, they're going to be calling on Muhammad. Some people are going to be calling on Allah. Some people are going to be praying just to God. Some people are going to be praying to Heavenly Father, Holy Father. And some people are going to be praying to the Great Mother. And I don't know. I can't speak to it. I don't see it. And some of these people don't know that most of them will be calling on demons the whole time. They'll be invoking devils because they don't know English and they don't know words and they don't know what they're saying.
Wow.
But, people that want to do that, they can do it. I'm hoping that the people listening to this show have done what I have asked you repeatedly to do. Do not tune in to me, and today is the first or second time you've heard the show, and this is all you know. You're going to get lost. I have asked everybody to go back and watch what they have on YouTube that is erroneously titled Piercing the Fog with Yaffa Bey, B-E-Y, Y-A-F-F-A-B-E-Y. I have asked people to go back after they watch what is called Piercing the Fog and watch How to Survive the Fall of Rome. I have asked people after they do that to then go back to the January 27, 2011 blog talk radio show called American Empire Restored under Yaffa Bey. And then I've asked them, after you watch January 27th, you're supposed to watch February the 3rd and February the 10th and February 17th and February 24th and March the 3rd and March the 7th and, March the 10th and March 17th and March 24th. And I've asked people to catch up. Because if you take all this out of context, you're going to screw something up. And I'm not going to accept responsibility for people that screw something up because they refuse to do what I'm asking them to do. You can't follow my instruction or my direction and catch up. I'm not going to, those individuals that have done what I've asked them to do, I accept full responsibility if you screw up. Those individuals that are, well, I don't need to go back. I already know what you're talking about. If you can't take the time to go back and you get out there and screw up, I am not going to accept any type of spiritual responsibility for you screwing up. Not. Albeit I accept full responsibility for everything wrong in the world, even though I didn't do everything wrong in the world. My point is this. If you are not a part of the solution, you are the problem. You're not a part of the problem. You are the problem. So I am attempting to be a part of the solution. It's the best I can do. I don't know that much. I just think that the little bit I know, everybody should know it. I'm trying to share it. And you can take it or leave it. Accept what works for you, discard the rest, but you need to catch up in the order that I gave it because I laid this stuff out in a layered foundation so you could keep up. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking over your head, and I don't want people to screw up. I had a brother call, and I'm not saying that he screwed up, but I had a brother call today, and I'm not sure how caught up he is or how far into what I'm talking about he is. I haven't gotten to astral projection instruction yet, but he had astral projected, and I guess it was the first time he had done it deliberately, and he was very, very afraid and terrified. He felt like he was leaving his substance out in space, and he thought he was astral projecting even as we spoke, and I had to share with the brother, if you are on the phone talking to me and you are in an awake, aware, conscious state, and you astral projected or astral traveled, and now you sat up, and you're talking to me, your astral substance is all back in your vessel. It's back in your vessel. But he was afraid that he was dying. And I don't know if he ever heard of the Blog Talk Show. I did advise him to listen to it tonight, and he said he would attempt to do that. But people that take stuff that I say out of context and they don't have all the instruction and they don't have all the foundation, they can wind up just kind of out there. And I don't want anyone out there, especially not based on something I said. And I'm not sure what it is that I said about astral projection made him go there, because at no point on YouTube, Piercing the Fog, or How to Survive the Fall of Rome, or on any of these blog talk radio shows have I given any instruction whatsoever on how to astral project. There is information out there that I have given to people, but a lot of that was in particular order. And again, if you take it out of order, you get lost. And I don't even know what time it is, but I think we're losing a lot of work time. I'm not sure if that answered that individual's question or not. But let's get to the spiritual work, because this is what we're going to have to do. People that are melanin rich, this is what we're going to have to do. And we need to release the fear. Seriously. We have to release the fear. Now, what I want you to comprehend is